Have you ever paused to think about what it truly means to age gracefully? Maybe you've noticed a few more gray hairs in the mirror or felt your energy levels shift over time. These changes are natural, but they don't have to define how you experience life as you grow older. Aging isn't just about the number of candles on your birthday cake. It's about how you carry yourself, how you face challenges, and how you find strength in both body and spirit. And here's the good news. There's ancient wisdom that can guide us through this journey with clarity, purpose, and resilience. It's called Stoicism, and today we're going to explore how its timeless principles can help you age with grace, strength, and dignity. Now, before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by life's uncertainties, whether it's health concerns, relationships, or simply the passage of time? Many seniors struggle with these feelings, but Stoicism offers a powerful reminder. While we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond. This philosophy isn't about denying emotions or pretending difficulties don't exist. It's about focusing on what's within your power and letting go of what isn't. For seniors, this mindset is especially valuable because it helps you navigate change with calmness and courage, no matter what comes your way. In this video, we'll uncover 6 secrets from Stoicism that can strengthen both your physical and emotional well-being after 60. These aren't abstract ideas. They're practical tools you can use every day to feel stronger, happier, and more fulfilled. By the end, you'll walk away with actionable steps to embrace aging as an opportunity for growth rather than something to fear. So settle in, take a deep breath, and let's begin. Let's start with the first secret: acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to discomfort. It means acknowledging reality without resistance. Think about it for a moment. When was the last time you found yourself wishing things were different? Maybe your knees don't move as easily as they used to, or perhaps you miss the energy you had in your younger years. While it's natural to long for the past, clinging to it only creates unnecessary suffering. The Stoics teach us that true freedom comes from embracing the present moment exactly as it is. When you stop fighting against what you can't change, you free up energy to focus on what truly matters. So how do you practice acceptance in a way that feels empowering? Start by noticing where you're resisting life's flow. Are you frustrated by physical limitations? Instead of dwelling on them, ask yourself, what can I still do? Focus on activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, whether it's gardening, reading, or spending time with loved ones. Celebrate what remains possible instead of mourning what's been lost. Over time, this shift in perspective will help you approach life with gratitude and grace, even during challenging times. Now, let's talk about the second secret: daily gratitude. Gratitude might sound simple, but its impact is profound. When you take time each day to reflect on what you're thankful for, you train your mind to focus on abundance rather than lack. This practice not only boosts your mood, but also strengthens your emotional resilience, a crucial skill for navigating the ups and downs of later life. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that cultivating gratitude allows us to find contentment in any circumstance, no matter how difficult. To make gratitude a habit, try this. Every morning or evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't need to be monumental achievements. Sometimes the smallest joys are the most meaningful. Perhaps it's the warmth of sunlight streaming through your window, a kind word from a friend, or the satisfaction of completing a crossword puzzle. Whatever it is, take a moment to truly savor it. Over time, this practice will rewire your brain to notice the positives in your life, leaving you feeling lighter, more optimistic, and deeply connected to the world around you. Gratitude also ties beautifully into another Stoic principle, recognizing what you can control versus what you can't. For example, you may not be able to turn back the clock or undo certain health issues, but you can choose how you spend your time and energy. By focusing on what's within your power, you reclaim agency over your life. Gratitude becomes a tool for shifting your attention away from frustrations and toward opportunities for growth, connection, and joy. Now that we've covered acceptance and gratitude, let's move on to the third secret: mindful movement. Physical activity isn't just about staying fit. It's about honoring your body and keeping it strong enough to support the life you want to live. As we age, our bodies naturally slow down, but that doesn't mean we should stop moving altogether. In fact, mindful movement, whether it's walking, stretching, or yoga, not only improves mobility and balance, but also enhances mental clarity and emotional well-being. Think about how good it feels to stretch your arms overhead after sitting for a while or take a leisurely stroll outside. These small actions remind you that your body is capable and alive, even if it works differently than it once did. Mindful movement encourages you to listen to your body, respecting its limits while gently pushing boundaries. It's not about perfection or intensity, it's about consistency and care. Even 5 minutes of intentional movement can make a difference, especially when done regularly. But here's the deeper benefit. Mindful movement aligns perfectly with Stoic values. It teaches patience, discipline, and presence, all qualities that foster both physical and emotional strength. When you move with awareness, you're not just exercising your muscles, you're training your mind to stay grounded in the present moment. And that sense of presence carries over into other areas of your life, helping you face challenges with calmness and clarity. As we continue exploring these Stoic secrets, you'll see how interconnected they are. Acceptance sets the foundation, gratitude shifts your mindset, and mindful movement strengthens your body and spirit. Together, they create a holistic approach to aging gracefully, one that honors who you are today while preparing you for tomorrow. But we're just getting started. Next, we'll delve into the importance of community and connection and why nurturing relationships is key to thriving at any age. Stay with me, because this is where things really come alive. Let's talk about the fourth secret, the power of connection. Humans are wired for relationships, and staying socially engaged is one of the most powerful ways to nurture both your emotional well-being and physical health as you age. Think about it. When was the last time you laughed with a friend, shared a story with a family member, or felt truly heard by someone? Those moments aren't just nice to have, they're essential for living a fulfilling life. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that while we must cultivate inner strength, we also thrive when we contribute to and draw support from our communities. Connection doesn't always mean having a large circle of friends or constant social activity. Sometimes it's about quality over quantity, building meaningful relationships that leave you feeling valued and understood. For seniors, this can look like calling a loved one regularly, joining a local group or club, or even volunteering in your community. These interactions remind you that you're part of something bigger than yourself, which is incredibly grounding as you navigate the later stages of life. If you've ever felt lonely or isolated, know that you're not alone, and there's so much you can do to rebuild those connections. Start small. Maybe it's reaching out to an old friend you haven't spoken to in years, or inviting a neighbor over for coffee. Or perhaps it's finding a new hobby that brings you into contact with like-minded people. Book clubs, walking groups, or art classes are wonderful options. Even online communities can be a lifeline if mobility or location makes in-person interaction challenging. The key is to stay open to forming bonds, no matter how big or small. Now, let's zoom in on why connection matters so much for aging gracefully. Studies show that strong social ties don't just boost happiness, they also reduce stress, improve cognitive function, and even lower the risk of chronic illnesses. When you feel connected, you're more likely to take care of yourself, whether it's eating well, staying active, or seeking medical help when needed. Plus, sharing experiences with others gives you a sense of purpose and belonging, which is crucial for maintaining emotional resilience. Life's challenges may not disappear, but facing them alongside people who care about you makes all the difference. The fifth secret builds on this idea of connection, but it focuses inward: self-respect. As we grow older, it's easy to fall into patterns of self-doubt or questioning our worth, especially if society sends messages that devalue aging. But here's what the Stoics knew: true respect comes from within. When you honor yourself, your experiences, your wisdom, your humanity, you project that dignity outward, and others naturally respond in kind. So how do you practice self-respect? Start by recognizing the incredible value you bring to the world, simply by being you. Reflect on everything you've learned, endured, and accomplished throughout your life. You've weathered storms, celebrated victories, and gathered wisdom that younger generations can only dream of having. That's worth celebrating. Treat yourself with kindness and patience, whether it's giving yourself permission to rest when you're tired or standing firm in your boundaries when someone disrespects you. Self-respect also means embracing your independence while knowing when to ask for help, a delicate balance that many seniors face. There's no shame in leaning on others when necessary, but it's equally important to maintain your autonomy wherever possible. This might mean learning new skills, adapting to technology, or finding creative solutions to everyday challenges. By doing so, you're not just preserving your independence, you're reinforcing your belief in your own capabilities. Another aspect of self-respect is letting go of comparisons. It's tempting to measure yourself against others, whether it's their health, wealth, or achievements. But the truth is, everyone's journey is unique, and comparing yourself to someone else only robs you of joy. Instead, focus on becoming the best version of you. What does that look like? Maybe it's setting a personal goal, pursuing a passion project, or simply committing to treat yourself with compassion every day. Remember, aging gracefully isn't about competing, it's about thriving in your own skin. Now let's weave these ideas together. Connection and self-respect go hand in hand because they both reinforce your sense of identity and purpose. When you nurture relationships, you remind yourself that you matter to others. And when you practice self-respect, you affirm that you matter to yourself. Together, they create a foundation of strength that helps you face life's uncertainties with courage and grace. As we continue exploring these Stoic secrets, let's turn our attention to the sixth and final principle: embracing change with curiosity. Change is inevitable, especially as we age, but it doesn't have to be feared. In fact, it can be an opportunity for growth if you approach it with the right mindset. Curiosity keeps your mind sharp, your heart open, and your spirit alive. No matter your age, stay with me, because next we'll dive deeper into how embracing curiosity transforms not just your perspective, but your entire experience of aging. Let's talk about the sixth secret: embracing change with curiosity. Life after 60 is full of transitions, some expected, others surprising, but the way we approach these changes can make all the difference. The Stoics teach us that while we can't control what happens to us, we can choose how we respond. And one of the most powerful responses is curiosity. Instead of resisting change or fearing the unknown, try leaning into it with an open mind and a willingness to learn. This mindset doesn't just help you adapt, it helps you thrive. Think about how curiosity has shaped your life so far. Maybe it led you to explore a new hobby, meet someone who changed your perspective, or discover something unexpected about yourself. Those moments of discovery remind us that growth doesn't stop at any age. In fact, later life can be one of the richest times for learning and exploration. Whether it's picking up a skill you've always wanted to try, reading about a topic that fascinates you, or simply observing the world around you with fresh eyes, curiosity keeps your mind sharp and your spirit young. Curiosity also helps you reframe challenges as opportunities. For example, if you're adjusting to retirement, instead of viewing it as a loss, see it as a chance to redefine what fulfillment looks like for you. If your body feels different than it used to, approach it with curiosity rather than frustration. What movements feel good? What adaptations might help you stay active? By staying curious, you transform obstacles into stepping stones, creating space for creativity and resilience to flourish. Now let's take a step back and reflect on how all 6 secrets work together. Acceptance grounds you in reality. Gratitude shifts your focus to abundance. Mindful movement strengthens your body. Connection nurtures your spirit. Self-respect affirms your worth, and curiosity invites you to keep growing. Together, they form a blueprint for aging gracefully, not just surviving but truly thriving. These principles aren't isolated habits. They're interconnected threads that weave through every aspect of your life, helping you build emotional and physical strength day by day. But here's the most important part. None of this requires perfection. Some days practicing acceptance might feel easier than others. On tough days, focusing on even one small act, like stretching for 5 minutes or jotting down one thing you're grateful for, can still move you forward. Progress isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about showing up consistently and trusting the process. Over time, these small actions add up, creating lasting change that supports both your well-being and your sense of purpose. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a final thought. Aging is not a destination, it's a journey. And like any journey, it's filled with twists, turns, and moments of beauty. By embracing Stoic wisdom, you're equipping yourself with tools to navigate this path with grace, courage, and joy. You're proving that vitality isn't about youth, it's about living fully, no matter where you are in life. Before we close, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these Stoic secrets resonates most with you? Is there a practice you're excited to try, or perhaps one you've already started incorporating into your life? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories and cheer you on. And if you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like it and subscribe to the channel. We're here to support you every step of the way, with practical advice and inspiration to help you live your best life. Here's to embracing each day with strength, wisdom, and gratitude. Remember, you carry decades of experience, resilience, and insight within you, and those qualities don't fade with age, they deepen. Keep honoring yourself, staying curious, and connecting with the world around you. Thank you for joining me today, and until next time, stay strong, stay inspired, and keep shining.